Baruka Hospital recruits medical specialists. And internet access for rural secondary school.
A very good evening. This is National EMTV News. I am Louis Maingu. Thank you for joining us. New Guinea resumed its services to Brisbane today after ex-tropical cyclone Alfred downgraded in Queensland yesterday.
Ex-tropical storm Alfred had affected other airlines as well as Air New Guinea's flights to Brisbane as they were suspended since last Thursday. In a press statement today, the airline announced that PX003 departed Port Moresby at the usual time of 10:30 a.m. and arrived in Brisbane at 1:40 p.m., which is the first flight in 8 days. The return PX004 flight departed Brisbane at 2:40 p.m. and arrived in Port Moresby at 5:30 p.m. this afternoon. The severe weather conditions in southeast Queensland and northern New South Wales have eased, allowing flights to resume. The suspension of flights was a precautionary measure to ensure the safety of its passengers, crew and aircraft. Air New Guinea said they will continue to monitor the situation and will provide updates if there are any changes. The airline thanked its customers for their patience and understanding during the period of disruption as a result of the storm. Pakatambua, National EMTV News.
The Independent Consumer and Competition Commission announced the new retail fuel prices for this month, which started yesterday, the 8th of March 2025. While the indicative retail prices for diesel and kerosene decreased, price for petrol increased on average throughout PNG, consistent with the movements in their international prices.
This is due to increased demand for petrol as winter season ends in Europe, Asia and North America, and reduced demand for diesel, including heating oil, because of the same reason. The magnitude of these changes are further influenced by a host of geopolitical factors, including the current trade war between the United States of America, Mexico, Canada and China. The domestic retail fuel prices for this month are inclusive of the import parity prices or the imported cost for its petroleum product, domestic sea and road freight rates for the first quarter of 2025, the approved annual wholesale and retail margins for 2025, and the goods and services tax, including the applicable excise duties, among other parameters. As a result of adding all the various cost components mentioned above, the maximum retail price movements for petrol, diesel and kerosene in Port Moresby will change as follows. Petrol increases by 2.29 toya per litre, diesel increases by 10.59 toya per litre, and kerosene decreases by 3.74 toya per litre. Petrol prices in all other designated centres will change according to their quarterly approved domestic freight rates for the first quarter of 2025 and their respective annual retail margins for this year. For all other centres, the maximum retail prices for its regulated petroleum product will change on average, consistent with the changes observed for Port Moresby. Consumers are advised to report any instances of overcharging by retailers through the ICCC's Consumer Protection Division. Esther Gane, National EMTV News.
Malala Catholic Secondary School in Bogia district of Medang province will have internet broadband connectivity. This follows a 100,000 kina check presented to them earlier this week by Medang provincial member Ramsey Pariwa. The presentation at Malala Catholic Secondary follows a commitment made by Ramsey Pariwa last year when he visited the school along with a delegation from the National Fisheries Authority. Earlier this week, Pariwa officially presented a check of 100,000 kina to
to the principal of Malala Secondary School, John Tomokai, in the presence of the Medang Provincial Education Director, Alphonse Igag, along with staff and students. Pariwa said the broadband internet would boost the students' learning with computers in a new ICT laboratory which was commissioned last year.
It's a check, Medang Provincial Government check, official check that goes to Malala Catholic Secondary School, and that check is for a financial assistance to the ICT lab. It is about our internet broadband connectivity. We will be funding the internet now. And that check is to a total amount of 100,000 kina.
The principal of Malala Secondary School, John Tomokai, thanked the Medang provincial government for the generous assistance.
Usually, and over the years, we have not received such an assistance. With him today giving his commitment, it is a way forward for new innovations that will take place regarding broadband and internet learning in Malala.
Meanwhile, Ramsey Pariwa also announced news for Medang secondary schools, stating that during his visit to India earlier this year, he secured 6 universities where top STEM students would be going to study overseas.
4 schools in Simbu province received a new vehicle to assist them in their daily operations.
The school includes Mount William Secondary School, Kumbal EBC High School, Mary Immaculate Girls Secondary School, and Dreamer High School. Provincial member Noah Cool said education and law and order remains his priority as human resources paramount.
Bersama you make a plan, you walk him. We don't take you through. So talk you walk him now. You can be plan mas. Walk him finish. Nani walk him finish him.
Provincial Administrator John Punde thanked Mr. Cool and Provincial Executive Council members for the continuous support. Punde adds the 4 schools to take ownership of the vehicles and put into good use for school operations alone. Lorraine Jimal, National EMTV News.
Australia is lighting up schools in remote Papua New Guinea communities with off-grid renewable energy partnerships. Through partnership with Kokoda Trek Foundation, over 200 students from remote Kokoda College in Oro Province launched their new solar mini-grid recently.
The mini-grid will power classrooms and IT lab inclusive of disability-assistive technologies and vital infrastructure such as a solar water pump and incinerator to support responsible waste management and a solar-powered irrigation system for a campus garden to enable climate-smart agriculture. Australian High Commission Minister Chancellor Dr. Kate Rogers said Australia supports small-scale off-grid renewable energy infrastructure to boost development in remote and rural communities by providing reliable and clean energy and enhancing long-term climate resilience. KTF's Chief Executive Officer said the solar mini-grid is a game-changer for Kokoda College. It will provide much-needed energy to classrooms, enabling better learning outcomes and building pathways into higher education and employment, particularly in education and health. The Australian government launched the Renew Pacific Grants, a new 187.6 billion kina long-term off-grid renewable energy grants program to support communities like this one across the region to mitigate, adapt and build resilience against climate change. Esther Gane, National EMTV News.
Deputy Prime Minister John Rosso has reminded the country to always support and promote unity in Papua New Guinea.
While noting a lot of aid and regionalism promoted on social media, the Deputy Prime Minister encouraged all to learn from each other and capitalize on the strengths and the collective lessons that we can learn from each other's culture. Rosso emphasized that there are a lot of undesirable people that cause problems in our cities and towns, but they are not only from the Highlands region. He said there are troublemakers from Momase, Southern, in Morobe, and everywhere in the country. Acknowledging the urban influx issue of people seeking opportunities, Rosso said there are ways to address this issue properly. He urged those who live on other people's land to respect the custodian of the land. Rosso, who is also the Minister for Lands, discouraged the landowners to sell their land unnecessarily. He explained that the ministry is working to convert settlements into suburbs by working in partnership with landowners. Once that is done, work will be conducted to identify through NID and other measures, and those deserve to stay would remain on the land. Lauren Jimal, National EMTV News.
National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Attention all students, parents and schools. The Smart Start School promotion is back for 2025. Your school could win a school grant worth 44,000 kina. Here's how. Collect 3 empty packets of Smart Start breakfast biscuits, write your name, number and school on an envelope, put the empty packets inside and drop them into an entry box at a registered school. The school with the highest number of valid entries in each region wins. 1,000 consolation prizes are also up for grabs. Register your school now with Paradise Foods Limited. Smart Start breakfast biscuit, proudly made by Paradise Foods.
You get big data and big value with Telecom Goodpilla mobile data plans. From only 3 kina, you get 1 gig for 24 hours. And for only 150 kina, you get 130 gigs over a whopping 30 days. And with loads of Goodpilla data plans to choose from, there's a small, medium or large plan to match your budget. Dial *777# to subscribe. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henow, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
Welcome to Kokopo Beach Bungalow Resort in the heart of Kokopo. Nestled along the coastline with breathtaking views of the islands and volcanoes, we invite you to share this tropical island paradise with us. For your next business trip, leisure or marine adventure, call Kokopo Beach Bungalow Resort to discuss your escape on 982-8788 or visit us on www.kbb.com.pg. Escape, explore, enjoy.
When circumstances aren't quite what they seem.
I'm the boss now.
2 sisters.
Got a sister? Tasked us to dad's second man.
Both determined to do what they think is right.
Say you only want to sell off a bit of the place. Which bit do you want to sacrifice? Couldn't sell the place out from under you.
Find that sometimes you have to feel a little lost before you can find your way home.
Seriously, Claire, what can I do? Getting dressed might be a start.
Matt Lodge Door, 8 p.m. Tuesday. Right here on number 1 to watch, EMTV.
Japan's ODA, Official Development Assistance, started in 1954, and then today it covers more than 190 countries in the world.
Next week, Monday on In Focus, we hold discussions with the Japanese International Cooperation Agency.
So tomodachi means friendship in Japanese. So this is why we renamed this airport Nazabu Tomodachi International Airport.
That's on Monday night.
You're watching National EMTV News. The Eastern Highlands Provincial Health Authority has now recruited specialist medical doctors that will help improve better healthcare services at the hospital in Goroka for the people of Eastern Highlands Province and the country through referrals.
Eastern Highlands Provincial Health Authority Acting CEO, Dr. Pomuso Warima, said they are now doing minor restructuring to create more space to accommodate more doctors and specialist nurses to serve in the province. He said they are doing this by offering a better package to attract them. He said the Eastern Highlands Provincial Health Authority has a total of 27 specialist doctors, now with the inclusion of 7 new ones, 3 of whom are registrars sponsored by the Provincial Health Authority to do masters in medicine and now have rejoined after completing their training. The new staff also include 4 new recruits. Dr. Warima added that the hospital will now be planning to go into doing 3 shifts per day at the emergency department after recruiting a second emergency physician. Natasha Ovoy, National, EMTV News.
The commander of NCD and Central Province, Acting Assistant Commissioner of Police Benjamin Turi, highlighted that there are ongoing concerns raised by police personnel on access to healthcare.
Commander Turi said officers raised concerns on existing health insurance offered by the department and how best to access such services.
What happened is that police had this insurance, and a number of police officers were questioning whether this insurance throughout the country, like some of them in the remote places, are missing out. So there is no proper communication between headquarters and the rest of the police officers out in the field.
With the country noting to have around 6,000 plus police personnel, the commander said access to such, however, is a struggle for officers living in remote parts of the country.
So back in the remote areas, we feel for them too, because some of them, they can't even access to this insurance and all anything to do with medical. Yes, they are very far out in the provinces, some remote as telephone main or even in Kaintiba in Gulf.
Commander Turi said this during the basic health check scheduled for police personnel in and around the NCD command by the Pacific International Hospital recently. Natasha Ovoy, National, EMTV News.
A local potato farmer in Simbu Province drove off with a brand new vehicle at the Fresh Produce Development Authority's headquarters in Goroka recently.
This was made possible by the Fresh Produce Development Authority's Market for Village Farmers or MVF project through its lead partnership investment to boost agricultural activities in the country.
Running this project, MVF project, Market for Village Farmers, thank you. Very much appreciated you play Kamna, sending some livelihood long.
The Mitnande agricultural supplies from Gembok in Simbu Province is the 10th recipient of a cargo truck to improve farming production among 9 others in the region. The 9 other cargo trucks procured and purchased are for MVF partners in Western Highlands, Jiwaka, Simbu and Morobe Province. Simbu Provincial MVF Coordinator Mr. David Kaupa said there are a total of 10 partners in the project in Simbu and described the presentation as a great achievement under the MVF project. In a recent high-level agriculture meeting, Fresh Produce Development Agency CEO Mark Warinu emphasized the growing importance of Papua New Guinea's fresh produce, which is valued at 3 billion kina. However, he noted that PNG continues to spend 2.8 billion kina on food imports, with 60 million kina annually allocated to fresh produce imports alone. Mr. Warino stated that this demonstrates a significant gap and opportunity for local farmers to increase production and supply the domestic market. Esther Gane, National EMTV News.
With the theme for this year, Rights, Equality, Empowerment, patients at the Goroka Provincial Hospital commemorated International Women's Day celebrations with food and supplies given to the office of the Eastern Highlands Provincial Member Simon Sia.
The food and items included basic supplies of toiletries, water bottles and hot water hens. The items were distributed by the Eastern Highlands Provincial Government Woman Representative Florence Kamel on behalf of the Eastern Highlands people yesterday at the hospital. Ms. Kamel said it was only fitting that all women, including those in their sick beds, be part of the International Women's Day celebrations throughout the country. She said providing the women and patients with a plate of food, water, soap and tissue as some of the common needs at the hospital was the least that could be done as the woman representative through the governor's office support. Ms. Kamel gave out the items to patients including women and children at the emergency ward, children and labor wards, the surgical wards, including medical staff who were given special meals of roasted chickens.
The Gender and Equality team at Mamba Village in Kokoda, Oro Province, hosted a vibrant International Women's Day celebration yesterday. The theme of the day focused on combating discrimination against women and promoting gender equality.
The event brought together women, children and men to honor women who have lost their lives to domestic violence, as well as those who are suffering from abuse and discrimination. During the event, Kokoda local level government women's representative Anna Jinga expressed her concern about the ongoing violence against women. She said there are countless instances of brutality, domestic violence and torture that mothers and girls endure, some of which are known while others remain hidden. Some victims have lost their lives, while others are left with permanent disabilities. Jingo went on to urge men to respect their mothers, sisters, and wives. She emphasized that women in Papua New Guinea and around the world deserve mutual respect and equal treatment alongside men. The occasion was observed peacefully with local women from various small and medium enterprises who showcased a diverse range of local products, including plants, arts and crafts, and colorful designs. Natasha Ovoy, National, EMTV News.
3 urban youth groups in Alotau have received cooperative certification for the Youth Awareness Roadshow last week.
The Youth Awareness Roadshow involved the national and Milne Bay provincial governments, departments and line agencies, interaction with youth in presentation sessions and practical demonstration. The youth groups that received their certificates were Garuboy Modewa, Hida and Kewa cooperatives. Local MP Ricky Morris also presented wheelbarrows and tools with 5,000 kina startup capital. Mr. Morris told the youths that the district are programmed with various youths from various suburbs in Alotau town to form cooperatives, which is the way forward in assisting youths in both urban and rural communities where everyone benefits and not as individuals seeking assistance from his office. He said the startup capital is marked for the cooperatives to produce business plans for how they will make money through their engagement in various projects. He added that he has reached out to national government and Milne Bay provincial governments to assist youths in Alotau. Meanwhile, Milne Bay provincial administrator Igo Gari has called on the national government and provincial government and their divisions to work closely with cooperatives. Pakatambua, National EMTV News.
National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Share the love with Gullah Ice Cream, Gullah Cone Ice Creams, Gullah Stick Ice Creams, and Gullah Classic Tub Ice Creams. Happiness begins with the Gullah range of fun flavors which create taste adventures and excitement with every bite. Treat yourself. Share with a friend while chilling. The whole family will enjoy. Everyone has their favorite. Which one is yours? Share the love with Gullah Ice Creams. Gullah, Gullah, yum.
Meet the bank for everyone, everywhere. As People's Microbank, we were proud to be a bank for the people. Now as National Banking Corporation, we are bringing modern banking to all in Papua New Guinea. With more branches and our friendly staff ready to assist you in more places, we are making money matters simple and fair. So wherever you are, however you say it, say hello better banking. Learn more at nbcpng.com.pg.
At IPI Catering, we understand the intricacies of the environments in which we work, providing innovative, fresh and creative catering solutions. Our experience and commitment is a winning combination, delivering great food anywhere and anytime. IPI Catering, part of the IPI group of companies.
Enjoy more talk, more text, and more time online with Telecom More Bundles. Choose from 8 plans ranging from 3 kina with 600 megabytes of data all the way up to 75 kina, loaded with a massive 35 gig. Best of all, each plan comes with an unlimited on-network call minutes plus on-net and off-net talk and text. That's way more time to chat with family and friends. Telecom More Bundles. Top up now.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
Looking for something different? I have the perfect place in mind.
Oh my God.
This is your family home. Don't give up. This could be yours.
Oh, wow.
Your dream home is waiting. Go on, take a chance.
Love it or list it, 10 p.m. Monday, right here on your number one to watch, EMTV.
Hello, I'm Sam Wykes.
And I'm Tiana Penatani.
And we're excited to let you know that Pacific Sports Show is back in 2025.
Tune in to MTV on Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. as we bring you all the latest sporting action from across the Pacific.
Join me on House and Home for all your home and lifestyle improvements.
I'm living business for me now. Okay, boss wait for me, kay for me.
From Hatok Mom, health and fitness, interest stories, gardening tips, out and about, pet care, and many more. Join me every Tuesday, 7 p.m. on your number one to watch, MTV.
You are watching National MTV News. Now moving to overseas news. While the economic impacts have been felt across weather-impacted areas of Australia, inland communities are still facing ongoing flooding and rising river levels.
Yeah, well, I'm standing here on the Orara Road, and this road leads towards those inland rural communities of Glenra, as well as the Orara Valley, which woke up this morning completely isolated from the rest of the region. Since we've been standing here, a number of cars have come down to where the flood waters have crossed the road down there. I'll just step to the side so you can see. There's even an SES vehicle with a boat on top of its roof as as well as a boat on the trailer. And one of the SES crews have stepped out of the vehicle to survey the floodwaters across this part of the road on Orari Way. A couple more personnel hopping out to check it out. They may even get the boat off the trailer. We're not too sure. We'll certainly keep watching. But since we've come further inland, we spoke to a raspberry farmer just up the road from where we are, and he sustained some significant damage to the structure of his raspberry farm. Where the plants are protected, that structure was torn away in the gale force winds that happened in the last 24 hours. He didn't want to speak to us on camera, but he did say that he's very relieved to hear that the rain and the winds are not as bad as he thought they were going to be. I also spoke to a couple of businesses that are on the coast in Coffs Harbour, in particular the Sapphire Holiday Park. The owner and manager there, Joel Duggan, he told me that this weekend's weather has brought some significant economic impacts to his business. Here's what he had to say.
Well, this weekend we were supposed to have a major tournament, so that would have cost us, in excess of $40,000 just for one weekend.
Yeah, the outlook going forward is that the rain is still continuing to fall in these inland regions, and with that, it's going to bring with it some river level rises. The Orara River is currently sitting 11 metres, and that's significantly high when the major flood level limit the major flood level line is 5.4 metres, so that's almost double. So those inland communities just need to be aware that those rivers may recede, but they also may come back up as the rain comes and goes, and people are urged once again not to travel through floodwaters. Even if it looks shallow, don't go through it, because you just don't know what's beneath those murky waters. There could be wires, there could be logs, and so the advice is to just stay out of the water, full stop.
Thousands of women in Istanbul have attended a rally to mark International Women's Day under the watch of riot police.
Some demonstrated against the traditional domestic roles women play after Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan declared 2025 to be the year of the family. Advocates say almost 400 women were killed by men last year. In 2021, the country's president withdrew Turkey from a European treaty protecting women from domestic violence.
Russian airstrikes have killed at least 20 people in eastern Ukraine. The attack follows Washington's decision to hold Ukraine's access to satellite imagery after already pausing military aid and intelligence sharing.
It was the turn of the town of Dobropilya to feel the weight of another Russian drone attack. 8 apartment blocks, people's homes were damaged or destroyed. There are casualties and injuries, says Pavlo Dyachenko from the local police. Crews are at the scene, extinguishing fires, he says, and dealing with the aftermath of the attack. What was left are shells of a previous existence. As ever, aerial bombardments aren't limited to one place. This was the Kharkiv region in Ukraine's northeast. The country's ability to defend itself has been hampered by America's blocking of its military aid, its intelligence, and now satellite imagery. The technology company Maxar has told the BBC that it suspended some pictures for Ukrainian accounts at the request of the White House. Defending troops had used them to identify Russian positions. One officer says it's now like fighting blind. President Trump has threatened large-scale sanctions and tariffs on Russia after its bombardments. But in the same breath, he also suggested that anyone in Vladimir Putin's position would be doing what he's doing.
That's why what I think is the saddest part of what we're witnessing at the moment from the White House is that the messaging is all wrong. The messaging seems to be from Donald Trump, I will bully Ukraine and I will give hope to Russia. That is the total wrong message you want to send if you want to push Russia back or make Putin think he better come to the table.
how Russia's invasion ends is dominating political agendas. Sir Keir Starmer is heading to Paris on Tuesday to meet defence chiefs from countries willing to send troops here after a ceasefire is signed. And despite the White House warming to Moscow and being more hostile to Kyiv, President Zelensky has been forced to mend his relationship with Donald Trump.
South Korea's impeached President Yoon Suk-yeol has been released from prison a day after a court cancelled his arrest warrant.
Yoon was arrested in January on insurrection charges after he declared martial law in December, but his lawyers filed a request to cancel his arrest warrant. The Seoul District Court accepted the request.
National EMTV News continues after the break with Trukai Sports. Stay with us.
Are you tired of standing in those long lines to get your jackpot tickets? Guess what? You never have to with Telecom USSD jackpot ticket purchase. Simply dial *321#, follow the prompts, and you are set for your jackpot draw. It's as easy as 3, 2, 1. Telecom PMG, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
At IPI Catering, we understand the intricacies of the environments in which we work, providing innovative, fresh and creative catering solutions. Our experience and commitment is a winning combination, delivering great food anywhere and anytime. IPI Catering, part of the IPI group of companies.
Meet the bank for everyone, everywhere. As People's Microbank, we were proud to be a bank for the people. Now as National Banking Corporation, we are bringing modern banking to all in Papua New Guinea. With more branches and our friendly staff ready to assist you in more places, we are making money matters simple and fair. So wherever you are, however you say it, say hello better banking. Learn more at nbcpng.com.pg.
She's just going to work.
Somewhere where she should have been safe.
They go beyond the headlines.
And the monster followed her into the bathroom.
Uncovering the truth behind the biggest stories.
So that's how he was getting rid of the evidence.
Yes. Auditing investigations and the stories that matter.
I cannot comprehend how somebody can be so depraved, so evil.
60 Minutes, 9 p.m. tonight, right here on your number one to watch, EMTV.
EMTV News A Closer Look returns for 2025, the current affairs program that brings to you weekly insights for the latest on education, health, business, politics,
I just want to make that clear,
sports, and more. A Closer Look, every Sunday at 7 p.m. on your number one to watch, EMTV.
Trukai Sports.
Welcome to Trukai Sports. With games ongoing for the private company's netball competition at the River Flynn in Port Moresby, BPNG1 overtook Boroko Motors 20-4.
Reflecting on the win was Captain Anita Jonathan for Team BPNG1, expressing what the team now looks forward to.
That's what we're looking forward to next year. And so because we've been winning all our games since the inception of BPNG into the competition. So we are looking forward for the Premier Division. Yeah.
With much team spirit, she further highlighted what the team hopes to improve going forward.
Yeah, some of the things that we've tried to improve on is to coordinate the young players. We have so many dependents in the club, so we try to direct them, motivate them, and especially the game pattern, teach them how the game is, so we're working on that to improve.
Natasha Ovoy, Chukai Sports.
Meanwhile, Salvation Army stood their ground, winning Team CGC in the private netball competition.
Expressing excitement over the win, Salvation Army Captain Rotorua Roxanne Marie said this is not the first time the two teams went head-to-head in the grand final.
We played our first grand final in 2022. We lost by 5, and this is the second grand final that we have played with them today. I think the expectation was to win again this time, but we won, and I'm just so speechless right now.
She alluded to what a challenging year the team had.
This year is one of the very challenging years for the team because of work commitments. We did not have our proper training, just only one Thursday. Just only once we had a proper training, and that's it. For all this season, without training, but we persevered. And we didn't know that we will, come out to be victorious this season.
Team Salvation Army, along with other victorious teams today, look forward to the next match. Natasha Ovoy, Chukai Sports.
Chukai Sports continues after the break. Stay with us.
Chukai Sports.
They're gold nuggets. There's a flavor for everyone. The best tasting snack. Get a burst of gold nuggets. Cheese flavor.
Mega wow.
Chicken flavor.
Mega wow.
Cheese onion flavor.
Mega wow.
Barbecue flavor. Mega wow.
When you're on the go, one more. One more.
Get that burst of gold nuggets flavor.
Mega wow.
At IPI Catering, we understand the intricacies of the environments in which we work, providing innovative, fresh and creative catering solutions. Our experience and commitment is a winning combination, delivering great food anywhere and anytime. IPI Catering, part of the IPI group of companies.
You get big data and big value with Telecom Good Pillar mobile data plans. From only 3 kina, you get 1 gig for 24 hours. And for only 150 kina, you get 130 gigs over a whopping 30 days. And with loads of Good Pillar data plans to choose from, there's a small, medium or large plan to match your budget. Dial *777# to subscribe. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Meet the bank for everyone, everywhere. As People's Microbank, we were proud to be a bank for the people. Now as National Banking Corporation, we are bringing modern banking to all in Papua New Guinea. With more branches and our friendly staff ready to assist you in more places, we are making money matters simple and fair. So wherever you are, however you say it, say hello better banking. Learn more at nbcpng.com.pg.
I'm Martha, and each week on Kai Time, we'll introduce you to local food businesses showcasing their delicious dishes.
pasta, the white sauce. Plus, you will discover how to make tasty and affordable meals using ingredients from your local market. Tune in to Kai Time every Wednesday at 7 p.m. right here on your number one to watch, EMTV.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Hennow, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
You're watching True Kai Sports. Moving to overseas sports now. The Sea Eagles have opened their inaugural season with a dominant win, defeating the Cowboys of 42 points to 12.
Manly beat North Queensland 42 points to 12 at Brookvale Oval. The home side dominated from the outset, leading 42-0 midway through the second half and finishing with 7 tries to the Cowboys' 2. Earlier, the Bulldogs almost gave away a 22-point lead over the Dragons, but held on to win their opening match 28-20 at Cogra.
Yeah, finalised what our footy looks like, and we look back at what worked for us last year and just that high-speed grind type of stuff, and just backing ourselves as well. So it's good to get it right, but there's still a lot of lessons there that we can get better individually and as a team as well.
The New South Waratahs have now won their first 3 matches of the men's Super Rugby Pacific season.
Last year's Wooden Spooners have kept up their resurgence, claiming a 34 points to 10 victory over the Western Force in Sydney last night. The 6 tries to 2 win sees the Waratahs move up to second spot on the ladder, while the Force has dropped to 6th. Lawson Creighton was impressive in his TARS debut.
It's just good to get back out there. I've been out for a little bit, so, to wear this jersey, it was just really exciting during the week. Had my family come down. Obviously, it's been cyclone up in Brizzy, so I wasn't sure if they were going to get it, but no, it was really good and another good win, so we'll keep building and move on to next week.
In basketball, Melbourne United has taken a 1-0 lead in the NBL Grand Final Series against the Illawarra Hawks.
United beat the Hawks 96 points to 88 in Game 1 of their best-of-5 Grand Final series in Wollongong last night. Veteran Matthew Dellavedova top-scored with 18 points for United and added 7 rebounds. Melbourne has the home advantage in Game 2 on Wednesday.
Yeah, it's a great environment to play in. We knew it was going to be tough. They're a really good team with a lot of weapons, and I thought we did a good job for the most part defensively. It's great to get one on the road, but there's such a long way to go. We know there's a lot of things we can clean up and areas we can get better in.
Australian snowboarder Adam Lambert has claimed a silver medal in the World Cup snowboard across Georgia.
The 27-year-old from Jindabyne produced a stunning display to finish second in the final. The result sees Lambert rise to 9th on the overall World Cup standings. He was lucky to avoid a nasty crash near the finish line.
And that ends True Kai Sports. The Money Plus weather report is next. Stay with us.
True Kai Sports. True Kai Sports.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Hennow, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, True inspiration through generations.
Attention all students, parents and schools. The Smart Start School promotion is back for 2025. Your school could win a school grant worth 44,000 kina. Here's how. Collect 3 empty packets of Smart Start breakfast biscuits, write your name, number and school on an envelope, put the empty packets inside and drop them into an entry box at a registered school. The school with the highest number of valid entries in each region wins. 1,000 consolation prizes are also up for grabs. Register your school now with Paradise Foods Limited. Smart Start breakfast biscuit, proudly made by Paradise Foods.
Welcome to Kokopo Beach Bungalow Resort in the heart of Kokopo. Nestled along the coastline with breathtaking views of the islands and volcanoes, we invite you to share this tropical island paradise with us. For your next business trip, leisure or marine adventure, call Kokopo Beach Bungalow Resort to discuss your escape on 982-8788 or visit us on www.kbb.com.pg. Escape, explore, enjoy.
They made it through the blinds and the battles. But now these artists go head-to-head in the knockouts. The stage is set for 2 massive nights of unbelievable performances.
The Voice, 7 p.m. tonight, right here on your number one to watch, MTV.
Want to know how to turn this into this? Gardening is all about getting people inspired, adults and kids alike. It's not only plants that grow, people do too. Join me for the new series.
Garden in Australia, 10 p.m. Wednesday, right here on your number one to watch, MTV.
Join me every Thursday night as Sports Scene brings to you all the local and international sporting updates. Revisiting our legendary athletes.
Hi, this is David.
Highlighting our local sports developments across the nation.
All eyes on now an NRL team based here.
Create a pathway.
And our talented rising stars.
Hi, my name's Gemma Schnobel and you're watching.
All the younger ones should follow.
Sports Scene, Thursday nights at 7 p.m. only on your number one to watch, MTV.
Remember the joy of playing with your toys as a child? At Money Plus, we believe that every small business deserves a chance to build and grow. That's why we offer asset financing.
Chance to building something new, to see a different point of view. With Money Plus we're ready to go.
Mipla Halivim Wari belong you.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by Money Plus, with you always.
The weather report for the next 24 hours. The southern region, Port Moresby City, partly cloudy with few showers and possible thunderstorms. Daru, partly cloudy with chances of light showers and drizzles. Kerema, partly cloudy with chances of few brief showers. Alotau, partly cloudy with chances of a shower or two. And Popondetta, mostly cloudy with some rain and possible thunderstorms. In the Momase region, Ley City, partly cloudy with few rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Medeng, partly cloudy with some rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Wewak, partly cloudy with occasional rain showers and possible thunderstorms. And Vanimo, becoming cloudy with chances of few showers. To the New Guinea Island region, Lorengau, partly cloudy with chances of a few afternoon showers and possible thunderstorms. Kewing, mostly sunny to partly cloudy with chances of brief evening showers. Kokopo and Rabaul, mostly fine to partly cloudy with chances of brief showers and drizzles. Kimbe, becoming cloudy with some rain showers and possible thunderstorms. And Buka, mostly sunny to partly cloudy. To the islands region, Mount Agin City, partly cloudy with some rain showers. Goroka Bands and Kudiawa, partly cloudy with few rain showers in spots and possible thunderstorms. Mediterranean Rabeg, cloudy to mostly cloudy with evening rain showers and thunderstorms. To the small seas forecast, waters of southern PNG and Indonesian border to Daru, to KY Island to Kerema to Yule Island to Hood Point to Samarai Island, seas 0.5 to 1.3 meters, waters of Samarai Island to Cape Vogel and all Menen Bay Islands, seas 0.5 to 1.3 meters, waters of Cape Vogel to Warren Gulf to Finterfen, seas 0.5 to 1 meter, waters of Finterfen through Vitia Strait to Siasi and Long Island to Medeng, seas 0.5 to 1 meter, waters of Medeng to Wewak to Vanimo and northern PNG Indonesian border, seas 0.5 to 1.3 meters, waters of Manus and its western group of islands, seas 1 to 1.3 meters, waters of New Ireland to East New Britain to Bougainville, seas 0.5 to 1.3 meters, waters of West New Britain, seas 0.5 to 1 meter. Now to ocean forecast, Coral Sea seas slight, southeast to northeast winds of 10 to 50 knots, Solomon Sea seas slight, east to northeast winds of 5 to 10 knots, Bismarck Sea seas slight, easterly winds of 5 to 50 knots, and Pacific Ocean seas slight to moderate, northeast to easterly winds of 10 to 20 knots.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
And that wraps up the news, sports and weather for Sunday, the 9th of March 2025. From all of us here, pleasant viewing and good night.
This news program was proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Gold Nuggets.
When circumstances aren't quite what they seem.
I'm the boss now.
Two sisters,
Got a sister? Tasha's dancing now.
both determined to do